To 24 here. Saints have now built themselves on a 100-point lead on this game, and Brandon just finding the positioning like that and make it a third for Brandon. Gorilla finds one as well. That's a full team wipe. St. Clair is just on another level. They are peaking here right now.
Gonna be coming out here. He's just sitting back and forth. Senso, you see his feet. 1v1 now. Diamati's in hand. Time's against you. You're gonna swing on out. He's gonna clutch it up. Oh my god. Brandon, no. They line up for Brandon, and he finds 3 in a row. Aces the round. What was that?
It's on to Brandon, which means it's all up to the kid. It's all up to Corey. It's to finish his job. Line him up, wait, OG!
Oh my god, Corey is gonna find a few! Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome to Week 3 of the CCL here. My name is Jackson Pride Brown, joined alongside Donka J. Donka here today. It's going to be your St. Clair Saints going up against Michigan State University here tonight in week number 3 of the CCL. You currently have your St. Clair Saints at a 2-2 record. They're looking to advance it now to a 3-2 here in this matchup. Donka, how are you feeling about this one?
Oh, I'm feeling that SCC will win, but it's also like bias, and I want to see a great match, honestly. I've not casted COD. This is my first time, and I just want to see it,
Yeah, so Saints Call of Duty, they're very, very well-rounded. They're definitely ahead of the pack, ahead of the curve here in the CollegeCoD scene, if you do, per se. However, the Cold War team, kind of like the team in Cold War, looked a little bit stronger than they have been here in Vanguard lately. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do come out here and perform tonight. I do think the Saints will come through with a win as well, prediction-wise. But regardless, I think the MSU will give them a little bit of a challenge. Like, it's not going to be, quick up 3-0 here for the Saints. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for sure. We've seen that already here so far in the season. Our last couple games all been so close. Like hard points like 250 to 240. We have Search and Destroy 6-4 or whatnot there. So lots of close games, and I'm expecting that tonight.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking for a close game, like you said, but my prediction is gonna be 1-3, I'd say, for Saints.
Yeah, for sure. However, this is going to be the first time here tonight that we will see Control come through as a game mode. That's something I really want to touch on because it's something that we haven't really seen from St. Clair yet. So we're going to have the maps come up on the screen here now. We can talk about this one. Starting us off will be Berlin Hardpoint, then moving over to Tuscan Search and Destroy. Following that one up, we'll be heading over to Tuscan once again. However, it will be on Control. Yes, Control, the first time we are seeing it, will be here now in Week 3 of the CCL. It's going to be very interesting. The Saints were very, very good at it last season in Cold War. It's going to be interesting to see if they can, keep up that reputation going into Tuscan Control here in Map 3 today. Following that up, though, we have Gava 2 in the Hardpoint down there. If we do make it to map 4, and then finally the decider, map number 5. If we do come there, it's going to be Bocage, Search and Destroy. All around, I like the map select. I think having Tuscan here as maps 2 and 3 will benefit the Saints drastically, as they have been very, very, strong looking on Tuscan compared to some of the other maps.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like they have this rhythm that they go into when they go into Tuscan. They kind of know what to expect, kind of.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. So you can definitely tell they're a little bit more comfortable on Tuscan, a little bit more practice by the seams of it. Regardless, though, we've seen some holes in their play, so we're going to see if we can get all that cleaned up here in this one. That being said, we are just going to be joining the lobbies and getting things started here in just a moment. Yeah, so all players are going to be in the lobby. We're just going to be waiting to get this one started here, and I'm very, very excited. I mean, the Saints at 2-2 in the CCL right now. They are looking to turn the season around, right? They're a roster right now. If you look at their schedule, you probably predict them to be 3-1. And so to be 2-2, yes, it's not that bad, but it's not as what many people would expect you to be at here right now. So we're going to see if the Saints can advance now to a positive record tonight, try to take that 3-2, and kind of go from there. So we'll see what happens.
I believe also MSU is also on 2-2 record. So
yeah, it's going to be close. I mean, it all comes down to, the skill level of the teams that you do play. Regardless, I'm expecting a good matchup here tonight. I'm hoping that we do see a good one. If we do see the Saints drop a map, I don't think it's going to be in the Search and Destroy. St. Clair Search and Destroy has looked phenomenal so far this season.
I 100% agree with you. Like, especially like with Priestley, like always holding like on Tuscan. He's always on that part. I don't know what you call it. It's like the exploded part of the building, and he's just looking at the bomb. He's just waiting for someone.
Yeah,
to
exactly,
try and
right? I
defuse.
mean, Priestley's been so good in the search and destroy here this season, finding these early picks and really opening up the rounds for the Saints. So I think the hard point and control could be the killer here for them. I hope they're practice on control nice and well. They've had a few weeks to practice it on the back end before it actually did get put into the competitive playlist. But we're going to get started here now. Game number 1, it's going to be hard point here. Let's get this one started. I mean, we've seen the Saints play hard point on this map a few times before. I'm going to see it come out here once again. Every time I've seen hard point here, it's been an absolute close game. 250 to 240. I mean, I haven't really seen one within like 100, over 100 points in the last little bit. So let's get this one started. St. Clair College versus Michigan State.
All right, now we can see that.
Yeah, so we are going to get this one started here, and it is going to be the first hard point coming underway here, and it's going to be Michigan State, the first team to hop it, as St. Clair does try to retake control. Brandon will take down Cardiac. Mikey going to be quick for a trade.
It looks like that MSU is holding the bomb site. No,
the hard point.
the hard point.
Yeah, there is going to be holding the hard point there, and that's going to be Brandon finding a nice little double. He's going to look to retake this one here. Priestley going to make his way in. Brandon going to find one there. Priestley going to be able to get the trade. Now St. Clair looking to break in here. It's looking pretty strong, and they will start to get the time ticking in their favor. It's going to be about 19 to 10 with about 20 seconds on the hill. Mikey is coming in trying to contest, but Priestley will be there to shut it down.
We only have 2 on the hard point right now, and we can see that MSU is kind of pushing the site, just waiting to see if something happens.
Yeah, so here we are now. It is going to be Sauce still holding this hill. He's going to fall there to Cardiac, and the scrap time will go over to Michigan State. So tie game after the first hard point. Heading over now to P2 Gorilla. Just on the other side of the train as Mikey, he will get shot down as Brandon Priestley and Gorilla will get 3 down. We should see somebody hop the point here soon. Somebody needs to get on this hill. You have control if you're St. Clair. And here we go. We do see Sauce, the player to play that objective. The objective player for St. Clair. Here finding that one. He's going to find a kill on the Cardiac there as well. And now Ace going to get cleaned up on the site. St. Clair playing this one pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I wonder if they're ever gonna trap them in their spawn. And this, are they able to in this map?
I mean, no, like in Call of Duty as a whole, like I mean, spawn trap's not really as much of a thing here as you do see maybe in some of the other Blizzard Activision games like Overwatch and per se. But here we go. Now it's gonna be Ace gonna get shot down there from Brandon from above. The hard point is about 15 seconds on the clock. Sinjet trying to contest, but it will be quickly shut down. Brandon has been having a phenomenal game. I haven't even pointed that out. 9-2 on a 6 streak with 10 seconds on the hard point. Wow, Brandon doing some work here for St. Clair early on. Sauce gonna get a nice turn and burn on Ace.
They're now just waiting for the hard point to turn, and now MSU has the point in their hands.
Yeah, they're trying to hold it, but it's going to be St. Clair quickly pushing them off of it. So now Gorilla taking down Mikey. Sauce going to find one as well. This could provide some sort of an opening here now. It does get a tip marker, so they're trying to work around that one as Ace is going to be here to support, though. And honestly, this Michigan State hold is looking very, very strong. St. Clair not able to do a whole lot on the breach.
Yeah, as we can see, there's only 2 Saints players on the map right now, but there's more spawning, so we'll see how they can turn this over.
Yeah, we'll see if they can flip things around and try to break in for themselves. Gorilla is going to be here now, but quickly shot from behind is going to be Sinjet, actually lining up 2 as Brandon and Gorilla both going to go down. Sauce here as well will be there for a trade on a Mikey. This hardpoint scrap time is going in favor of St. Clair. St. Clair still holding on to a little bit of a lead, but a very successful hold from Michigan State. They were able to get 32 points off that one, plus the 20 they already had before. So it all went fairly well here for them. It's going to be about 70 to 52 is the scoreline we see here now as we do head into the next hard point. The first team going to be there is MSU once again.
Yeah, MSU has always been on top of their game. They're always there fast. They're always there first.
Yeah, the rotations from MSU have definitely been strong. I mean, St. Clair is having definitely a hard time contesting them because it's what's been losing St. Clair a lot of these hardpoint games is the rotations, right? It's not being able to get to that next hill fast enough and allowing, you know, in this case being MSU, to get on that hill first. So if you even look at this one, Sauce, he's trying to find this player on hill, but Ace is just stuck down there. Mikey's got his crossfire, and it's just a great hold so far from MSU. St. Clair cannot break into this.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and we can see that they're like, we can see Gorilla is just having an insane flank right now. I don't know if number 6 knows where he is.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure here now. That's going to be Mikey looking for him, but Mikey will take down Sauce, but we do see Gorilla could get the trade, and that's going to be 4 down here for the Saints. They will be able to get the scrap time once again, but this is the problem. Saints get the 4 down, but look at the clock. Hardpoint, you barely got any sort of effectiveness off it, so it is nice that they will be set up for next at least, as MSU does try to retake, but St. Clair will be getting the initial points for a change. This is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, this is the first time that they go on a hardpoint first, so it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see if they can benefit them, but it's already St. Clair quickly forced off it. They don't have anybody gaining time as of right now. Mikey is looking to come onto that hill. Gorilla, though, will shut down that play, and Ace going to be up there as well, but shot down. It's now going to be St. Clair regaining the time once again and regaining their lead now, 97-94, but an absolute nail-biter. Close game here starting us off between these two teams. I mean, it doesn't really get closer than this, but however, you usually do see St. Clair, you know, go fairly even, and then it actually does. You know, St. Clair will get like 2 hills in a row where they get a big lump sum of time, and that's what I'm really looking for here from them.
Yeah, as we can see right now, the scrap time is left for MSU, but oh, St. Clair takes it back.
Yeah, so the next hard point, it's going to be St. Clair. That's Brandon finding a very big frag to help clear out this next hard point and get St. Clair once again an early rotation and get the first points on the hard point. I am happy to see that from St. Clair. The rotations have been a little bit of a problem, so it is nice that they do get them in their favor this time around. Mikey is going to be here right around one of these St. Clair players, but somehow still alive before he does get shot down from Gorilla. Brandon does spot out Sinjat as well, looking for that frag as Brandon will find that one good as well. So St. Clair really starting to turn things around here on this hard point.
Yeah, they're holding it tight. They're just holding corners. They're holding like just sneaky angles. It's just perfect for them.
I think that this is the most interactive map in the whole game. Like, I've seen so many windows get shot out, walls getting knocked down, and everything like that. It feels like I'm in a Rainbow Six here almost. But regardless, this is going to be Call of Duty. It's going to be a 145 here now to 105 in favor of St. Clair. They gain themselves a little bit of an advantage, so they are working off of it here now. Mikey and Gorilla both going to be playing for spawns going into this next hard point. It's going to be a very big frag if we can see it come through from Gorilla. He has the intel he needs, but he's going to get shot from behind, so Mikey will be the one able to gain those spawns, and now Brandon's going to go hunting for this player, but not able to find it. That's 3 down here for the side of MSU. Gorilla finally able to turn things around, taking down Sinjet, but not in a great position to be in if you're St. Clair, as now MSU is gathering the time.
Yeah, MSU just got there, and they're just holding it. They're just waiting for St.
But that's 4 down for St. Clair right away. Turned it around. That's now going to be St. Clair up 165 to 118. Well, gathering the time. Another 4 down going to come through, as all of these players from Michigan State have so far to come from spawn to make it onto this hard point and actually try to re-enter. As Priestley Gorilla going to find the first 2. This is looking perfect here on this hard point. St. Clair really starting to pull away scoreline-wise.
As we can see, Mike over here gets a kill on Sauce and holds a sight for his team, and he's just waiting for them to arrive to the hard point.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do here, so we'll see how it does work out. Is it now going to be a battle towards the next hard point? Once again, Brandon going to find a big frag. That's a really big kill to, you know, lock down this next hard point early on. We do have to see Sauce find Sinjet here. This is Sauce in a big positioning to try to find a couple of these players. He's not going to be able to find Mikey, as Mikey will sneak across the door. Just a little bit of bad timing there from Sauce. And now we do see the recovery try to come through. Priestley going to be the first one to try to enter in. He will get one, but quickly does get traded out. Ace will team kill Mikey down. So, I mean, we got like a 2-on-2 here, but Sauce getting killed out there is not going to be nice.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Now St. Clair looks like that they're holding their sight, just waiting for MSU to push so that they can just kill them.
Yeah, exactly, and the MSU will push. St. Clair still trying to make their way in, as MSU is absolutely doing work here right now. I really want to give a shout out to Sinjet and Mikey. They've been 2 players making a huge impact here on the scoreline. Ace also making a big one, hopping on that hill for a minute and a half or so, gathering a lot of time for the team. If you do look at St. Clair, though, Gorilla and Priestley just putting on a show right now here, combining for 44 frags with 27 deaths. You cannot get better than that. So we're going to see how they go, but it is going to be the next hard point coming underway, and it is going to be MSU here first.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, Gorilla could cause some problems. It is going to be a hunting going down here, as Mikey is looking for one. Mikey will run into Gorilla. Gorilla going to hop down, not be able to get fragged out, but will lose his life in the end of the day. Brandon here playing around these trains, trying to get a little bit more control over these spawns. Cardiac and Sinjet are going to look to get cut off here. Brandon could find big ones, and he will take down Cardiac.
This hardpoint is just a no man's land.
Yeah, it is an absolute bloodbath, right? You're in the open of the map, right? I mean, everybody's able to shoot you from every which angle, which makes things very, very difficult to deal with. That's a lot of this map. Honestly, a lot of Vanguard as a whole. Maps have been a lot more open here. Not as many obstacles to hide behind. So we have a lot of one-on-one gunfights. It's going to be 206 to 106 here, or 166, sorry, here now as both teams still battling it out. St. Clair will be hopping in here for the scrap time. I don't think MSU is really going to try to challenge it, but the next hard point, Brandon is kind of like the only one here. Brandon's going to have to do some work, but Priestley will find a couple on the other side. Brandon gonna find one more. This is working out for St. Clair as they shut a few down.
Sinja just goes off and gets 2 kills to help his team get on site.
Yeah, it's going to help him a lot there. That's actually 3 down. Brandon finally able to trade things out. Brandon going to find another one. Oh, Brandon's on a heater, man. Like, Brandon is... Oh, my God, Brandon! Calm down! That's going to be a 3K for him. Line him up, shut him down. Priestley finding one as well before getting traded out. That's really going to help St. Clair gather this hardpoint time. They can actually win on this hill. It's going to be MSU forced to contest here.
Oh, it's going to be very difficult for MSU to get on it because it looks like that St. Clair is just holding like all the entrances. They're just waiting.
Great crossfires are set up here from St. Clair. It is going to be Brandon hunting for more here, trying to not allow an MSU contest to come through, but it is going to be St. Clair forced off the hill for long enough. Brandon, line him up, shut him down. That's going to be 2. He's looking for Cardiac. He finds it. Brandon is a mind reader here tonight. That's a multi-kill. He's looking for the 4th, not able to find it, but St. Clair just 7 points away from closing this one out. They're already on the next hard point. If they clean up ace here, they should seal the deal, but it is going to be a last-second contest. 249, that's going to be the 250 marker. St. Clair College will find the first one here. 250 to 174 over MSU.
Oh, that was an intense game. Holy. Yeah, just like with all the other COD games the other time. As we can see a replay over here.
Yeah, you can see the best play of the game there. It's going to be Mikey coming out and getting a nice little 3K before he swings around and looks for another. But 30 and 18 from Brandon and Gorilla. That's 60 and 36 between those two players combined. Lots of time was gathered from Sauce and company as well. So very, very good play. Saints going to start off the series with a 1-0 advantage over MSU. It's definitely going to benefit them here as Search and Destroy has been looking really good for St. Clair too. So I think finding the first hard point is definitely the key to success here for the Saints. We'll see how the remainder of the series goes, but a fairly good start.
Oh yeah, no, like with past matches as we have seen before, like it's been very close on hardpoint, and I feel like that I could be wrong, but I feel like this is the furthest apart they were. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they've been some, some decent ones, but regardless, yeah, St. Clair, it was neck and neck. This is one thing I've constantly seen from the Saints, at least in Vanguard, is that they're neck and neck with their opponents until they get to about the 130, 140 point marker, and then the Saints, it kind of like they just flipped the switch, and they started playing a lot better. They started, gaining these rotations down. They've been getting the frags they need, getting the important kills. I do got to give a lot of credit to Brandon because he did open things up quite drastically a lot of the time, but regardless, St. Clair did turn things around here near the end of it. We are going to be switching lobbies and whatnot in the back end, so bear with us here for a minute as you got some more Jackson the Pride Brown and Donka J Donka action.
Yeah, so honestly, like with this, like with Call of Duty right now, like I feel like in the beginning they're just trying to feel what their opponents are. Like Saints game, and they're just trying to feel, and then after 130 mark, like you said, they just flip the switch on.
Yeah, they can kind of get a little bit more of a feeler out and kind of see what their opponents are kind of doing here, right? So we'll see. But hopping into the Search and Destroy, especially going to be on Tuscan, I think the Saints might be able to come through with a 3-0. It all is going to come down to the control game. Like, I think that the Saints win this Tuscan Search, and I think they do it maybe kind of dominantly here. Their Search and Destroy on Tuscan has been phenomenal. So I think it's going to be maybe a 2-0 series lead, but you can't really allow that if you're MSU. To be put in a position where you have to reverse sweep the Saints isn't going to be nice, especially with control coming through and both teams not really playing control yet in the league is definitely going to make control a big question mark. It's something that's in my mind right now very, very heavily, is that we don't really know how these teams have been playing on control yet in Vanguard. They probably haven't even scrimmed it a crazy amount yet.
Yeah, I mean, like in the beginning, I thought like not hardpoint.
Search and Destroy?
No, not the
Control?
other one. Control, yeah, Control. Sorry. I feel like they didn't really think that Control was an option.
No. So basically, Control was not set up nicely for Vanguard competitive. So the developers didn't put it in the competitive scene here until week 3 because it was not smoothed out nice enough. The spawns weren't locked in perfectly, but it is going to be in here now. So it's there. Every team is forced to play it here. And map number 3, you're not able to go back to the hardpoint search and destroy, hardpoint search and destroy meta. So it's going to work out. We are going to have that 1-0 series advantage here right now over MSU. We're going to see if MSU can bite back with a search and destroy win, and I honestly think they're going to need to. They can't not allow to go down 2-0 here to the Saints.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Like, as soon as it goes 2-0, like, mentality is just destroyed after that.
And it's just so difficult in Call of Duty to come back after being down 2-0 when those first 2 maps are modes that you're replaying. So that's what makes it a lot more difficult as well. But with that being said, we should be hopping into this one here in just a few seconds. All the players will be in the lobby, just waiting to get this game actually officially begun here. So bear with us. We do get started. It's going to be a good one. And search and destroy here. I'm very excited to see if the Saints are going to be starting on the defense or the attack, because typically from what we've seen, the attacking side has, I wouldn't say a benefit, but a lot of the time it's fairly easy to plant that bomb on the A bomb site really fast.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with that.
So we'll see what they can do. I mean, the Tuscan strats are there. I like Tuscan a lot personally myself because it's so fast-paced. You see so many engagements in the search and destroy. You see so many fast action plays come through and quick bomb plants. It really makes things go by nice and fast and nice and speedy here. So we'll see what happens in just a moment as we are going to be loading into this game. And honestly, I think the Tuscan back-to-back is what's going to benefit the Saints here the most. If we do see that control come through, the Tuscan is what's really, really going to help them.
Oh yeah, I know, I completely agree with that. We should be loading into the match in like in a few seconds or so.
Yeah, regardless though, I hope all you viewers back home are having a great day. I mean, honestly, it's been a bit since we've seen some CCL action. It's been about a week or so. A lot of League of Legends and Rocket League over the past 4 or 5 days. So it's nice to return back to some Call of Duty, some FPS games back in action here now on the Saints Gaming CA channel. And we got a lot more action this week. And so that being said, make sure you guys are following Saints Gaming CA on all socials to stay tuned with our matches. And here we are, Tuscan Search and Destroy going to be coming underway here in just about 10 seconds or so. It's going to be your St. Clair Saints versus Michigan State University, round number 1, about to get underway.
Oh yeah, now we can see that
Saints are going to be on the attacking side here first, so we're going to probably see an aggressive push towards A, and that's exactly what we're going to see come to light here nice and early on.
Oh yeah, they got A locked down. They're planning right now, and Sinjay is just over there, just watching for him to peek.
Yeah, Brandon's got the cover for Sauce here right now, so Brandon now will move up to this point. Tries to find Cardiac, but a little too overzealous. Going to cost him his life. That is going to be Priestley and Sauce finding Mikey, Sinjet, Ace, and Cardiac there. Going to find his second, so Cardiac is going to have to do it all here in this round if they do want to win it out. He has to find a defuse as well in this 1-on-2. It's just going to be a good setup for St. Clair. Priestley going to be there to shut it down, and it's going to allow Saints to find the first round with a nice, very aggressive A bomb site plant. I was talking about it a little bit in the pregame. It's exactly what we're going to see from St. Clair a lot here on the offense is rush plant A, play the defense, and just kind of play with that. And I mean, it's going to work.
I just want to see like how they would do this round. I feel like this round will be kind of deciding if whether or not they would get like 6-0 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see here now. Cardiac going to be the only one on the board for MSU as we do start it off, as Mikey is going to do exactly what St. Clair did and run this one to A, but Priestley will cut him off. And that is what I like about St. Clair's A site strat a little bit more, is they don't run through mid. They don't allow you to get seen from that middle window. They go all the way around and send 2 players towards long. I think that St. Clair has the A site kind of locked down, like kind of with what the strat needs to be to happen. This is where you need to be planting from. Ace has the right idea. You got to sneak behind the bomb, get your plant down, and do it that way. So we'll see how this one goes. It's going to be a 3-on-4 here for MSU, but they do have the bomb down, so it's St. Clair forced to retake.
Oh yeah. Now we got Ace just holding the site, just waiting for something to happen. He's just peeking barely.
Yeah, St. Clair's got to make a move, and it takes 7.5 seconds to defuse. Cardiac and Sinjet each going to find the first one, so not looking too hot for St. Clair, especially with Gorilla being stunned out here. Priestley and Gorilla going to have to make some sort of an impact on the site right here, right now. That's going to be 4 down. Michigan State are going to clean it up after being down a player early on. They really answer back nicely. That's going to be a 1-to-1 game here so far. Both teams winning their attacking round. We'll see if St. Clair can turn around as they head back onto their second attack here now, but overall, good stuff from MSU.
I wonder if we're ever going to see a B push.
I think we've seen it like once or twice, and it just didn't work. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Priestley going to be starting us off nicely 3-1, and you have Cardiac from the side of MSU who's 4-1. So those are the two players probably going to keep my eye on here for the search and destroys. But once again, Sauce going to be your bomb carrier. It looks like it's going to be going A, and I think they're going to be running the same strat as they did last round.
Yeah, they all just book at A, like no looking at B, no nothing.
That stun was really big to slow Sauce down, but regardless, he's going to sneak around. He will be put in good position, but Ace actually going to nade him off the bomb, and Mikey going to nade Brandon. So the nades is going to completely destroy these two players trying to set up this A strat. It's now going to leave Priestley on the backline alone. Bomb is down on the A bomb site. 2-on-3 here for St. Clair, and this is a tough positioning to be in.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. Looks like that they might be going B or just having a flank. Yeah,
Well, they have to get the bomb. That's the
Ace
thing,
doesn't
right?
realize.
Oh, Ace does not realize that Gorilla did sneak up behind him. The bomb is down on A site, though, still for the Saints. So they got to grab that. Gorilla and Priestley are last alive. You got about 40 seconds on the clock, so time isn't too much of a concern as of yet. But you do have to make your way to the site. 5 seconds to plant as well. So Priestley, he's just trying to make sure that nobody's kind of holding this bomb down and that he can get a safe plant off, and he will be able to. So bomb has been retrieved. Priestley will be looking to get this one set down. He's going to do exactly that. Sinjet and Mikey are both going to be holding it from the top side. He realizes that Priestley comes through at the plant, and Sinjet just gets great timing on that play, and it'll leave it all up to Gorilla, but the defuse is coming through. Gorilla, he's not anticipating the Ninja. He finds Mikey, but the other player's there on the defuse, and Ninja defuse from Sinjet will be there, and that's going to be Michigan State finding round win number 2.
Oh, and it was on a defender too, so this is interesting already.
Yeah, this was an attacking round here for St. Clair. We've seen the first 2 rounds we attacking wins, but not the case anymore. MSU are going to break the early streak, and we'll find their second round nice and early on. So St. Clair are now in a position where they're going to have to win one of their defensive rounds as well to try to even up this tally. So we'll see what happens, but MSU looking so far so good in the search and destroy.
Yeah, I feel like from last game, they're like, okay, this is exactly how they play. This is what we need to do, and they probably have seen our VODs, and they just want to, like, they just know what we can do.
Exactly. So it is going to be Priestley. This could be a very big nade. If he does line it up nicely, no, it's not going to be set out where he did exactly want it to, so not going to connect nicely. We do have Sauce down here. Playing these room sides, trying to potentially see if we can spot anybody out in that regard. Mikey going to crawl up and will be there for a bomb plant. So it's going to be St. Clair now on the retake. Early on, it's Priestley trying to find the frag, but not an open angle. And now St. Clair on the retake. Not going to be easy. Sauce can open us up, though. 4-on-3 for the Saints. It's all up to Ace, Mikey, and Cardiac. They got it locked down as of right now. Priestley going hunting on the back line. If he can find Cardiac back here, that'd be really big for St. Clair. Priestley. Oh, Priestley not going to be able to spot Cardiac out quite yet. Brandon now here trying to find the follow-up frag, but going to be a little bit too far, and that is now going to leave Sauce all alone to push into the middle side. And you know what I really don't like right now from the Saints is they play the outside retake so slow. I think that if they just got a little bit more aggressive, ran towards the site a little bit faster, it might benefit them a little bit more, but the retakes from St. Clair just look very, very slow and methodical, and it's just not working out for them.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing like hard rotations, like they were going like all the way behind enemy lines, and even then, Sinjet was just there and just waiting for him.
Yeah, Sinjet and Cardiac both there and waiting. Cardiac's having a great game starting us off, still 6-3. We do have Gorilla 5-2 having a game for himself, but Brandon, he was one of those players who was very heated up, very warm here, starting us off in the hard point, but now coming into the search and destroy, it's not looking as nice for him. He doesn't pull out the sniper yet. I want to see Brandon pull out the sniper, to be completely honest. I think it might benefit him here a little bit more.
No, I completely agree. Like sniper and just standing where Mikey is or Ace, just over there, just waiting for the bomb to go to start planting, and you can just nade it like how they just did.
Yeah, so Sauce is just baiting out nades at this point in time, just playing it a little bit slower, and he's going to try to get this plant down on A again here soon, shortly, I do believe, as Priestley will be the one to tag down, I think it was Ace up there towards Heaven's side, and that's going to be Sauce. He's able to get the bomb down successfully, so it is exactly what you know. No, he didn't. Never mind. No, he did not get that bomb down successfully. It's going to be Priestley at the first one. Priestley and Gorilla going to find another one there. That's going to be Mikey falling. Sauce will be the one to stick this bomb down this time around. That's Gorilla finding another one. Gorilla has been heating up in this game now, 7-2, as we do see it all up on the Cardiac, now in a 1 versus 4, and it's not going to be an easy time as this bomb is down. 7.5 seconds to defuse and 4 players to take down St. Clair in good positioning.
Oh yeah, now I'm rooting for Cardiac. I just want to see what he can do over here. As you can see, he's going behind Priestley, so they don't know. Oh,
Priestley, bad timing. He's going to get gunned down, but now they all know exactly where Cardiac is, and with only, 6 seconds left to try to come through and try to pop a defuse off, it's not going to come work out. And St. Clair going to find their second round on the board here. They're still trailing by 1 to MSU, but it's the start of something. It's the start of a turnaround, so we'll see what they can do, but regardless, they're going to be heading over to the defensive side here once again.
Yeah, as we've said before, it should be pretty close. And that's what we're looking for here at Saints Gaming. We just want to see a good, close match.
Yes, indeed. So, get started here now. Round number 6. But to come underway, it's Gorilla still just heating things up. I mean, he had a phenomenal 2K in the last round. Really opened things up for St. Clair. And I like that Gorilla is actually playing this A bomb site a little bit closer. I think it's going to benefit St. Clair. They're lining up the utility. They're lining up these nades, trying to clean up Mikey and co. And see wherever these players are. But overall, it's not going to work out too great. They don't get any hit markers there on the backside of A, but Mikey's here just trying to bait out this util and play this. Priestley almost jumped down into Sinjet. Oh my god, there's so many close lines of sight here.
Mikey's doing exactly what Brayden was doing last round. He was just baiting the nades.
Exactly there. So here we are. It's still 4-4. St. Clair is forced to retake here. Now he's not going to spot Sinjet behind him. Sinjet in such a good, cheeky little spot there. Gorilla able to trade it out, though. So now 3-on-3, as we do have Brandon and Gorilla both trying to maybe attack this one from long side. I would really like if they both stacked it up here together and played it together, as Gorilla will take off the head of another one. That's Mikey taken down from Brandon. And this is what you need to do. Play these retakes. Play them together. Brandon will get some shots onto Ace here, as Sauce does run in. He does get the kill, and that's going to be St. Clair with time for the defuse. That's going to be the tie game here. Now 3-3 in a much better retake from St. Clair. They had to work on those a little bit, and it's what we saw here now. They're definitely looking a little bit stronger on the retake compared to the last couple rounds. But regardless, every single round we've seen so far, there's been a bomb plant on A.
Oh yeah, no, it's always A. No matter what, it's always gonna get planted, and it's always gonna be A.
Yep, it's definitely, from what we're noticing here so far, it's going to be the storyline of this Tuscan Search and Destroy is A bomb site plant, retake, and if it's failed or done successfully. So now heading into the next round, round number 7 here, it's going to be Gorilla. Still, I've touched on it every time at the beginning of every round. He comes through and finds 2 kills in almost every single round. It's working out very, very nice for him. Sauce early on, just going to try to rush in and send some util through as well. He's going to get a nice little hit marker there on that stun. He's going to try to follow it up with a nade. He does just that. Not going to do any damage or anything like that. So it's going to now force these players to push through. Sauce will find one. Or sorry, Brayden will trade out Sauce. But now Brandon's not in a great spot. He will find Cardiac. Sinj's back there. Brandon gonna find another. Mikey on the back line. Mikey will take down Brandon, now leaving it into a 1v1. Gorilla and Mikey.
Mikey also has possession of the bomb. So
Gorilla has the intel, though. Gorilla knows exactly where Mikey is. Gorilla noticing bomb is still down. Looking for Mikey on the jump up. Notices he's up there. Cleans it up. St. Clair will find round number 4 in a very smart play from Gorilla.
Gorilla, yeah, he went all the way to B site. He checked out B site, and then he went all the way behind enemy lines, and then he just booked it to A because he had the intel of where the last player was. And that's just very smart of him to do.
So over the summer, Gorilla was really looked at and really kind of recruited for that search and destroy talent, and really that's what the biggest asset he does provide to the team is the search and destroy play. And we might not have seen as much of it in Cold War per se, but in Vanguard, Gorilla has been definitely a player to be afraid of going into search and destroy games. He's currently 10-3, and he's just reading these opponents like the back of his mind, working it out in every single circumstance. This bomb is going to go down early on. They're going to try to get a nade through here once again, but not going to connect like they hope so. And it's another retake, but Sauce and Brandon will start us off this time. We'll see what else they can do. Sinjet on the backline on the head. He will get tagged down. Not enough for the cleanup, though. Now knowing Sinjet's the last one alive, Priestley will be there. We'll find the both of them. And that's going to be a defuse coming through from St. Clair. St. Clair has turned things around. This was a 3-1 scoreline. Now 5-3 for the Saints. 4 rounds unanswered. They have really just cracked the code here.
Oh, yeah. It's just like the hard point. They just studied their opponents and hardened just... Search and destroy.
Yep.
And they just flip the switch on.
Exactly, right? That's the big thing is, take these first couple rounds, try to see what your opponent does, learn from it, and see how you can maybe change it into your own play. And it's exactly what St. Clair's done. So now they will have that 2-round advantage. They will have a little bit of a cushion. Michigan State going to have to win 3 rounds here. St. Clair going to have to win 1. So we'll see how it goes. But, I mean, St. Clair's on match point, and if they win the match, then they're on series point, so it's not a good position to be in right now if you're MSU. You gotta try to turn this one around. You gotta try to find this map number 2.
I know, I completely agree. And we can see like Gorilla also is popping off. Like he gets
Oh
another
my
2
goodness!
kills.
He's looking for a third, but Mikey will be there for the trades. Now Priestley comes through with the pistol. Mikey, all that's left in the midfield. He's going to get tagged down. They know where he is. It's going to be Brandon and Sauce, both able to play against it together. They have Mikey tagged down once again in a very good positioning right now is the Saints. The bomb plant will come down onto the A-bomb site. Brandon still holding Mikey back in the back line. They have the intel they need. With only 40 seconds on the clock, they still know he's back here.
Yeah, there's no way for him to go.
Yeah, so we will spot out Brandon. Brandon trying to win the gunfight. He's going to get some damage, and his teammate will be there for the trade. That's Sauce cleaning it up, and St. Clair will find it. 6-3 win there over Michigan State on the search and destroy. Now we'll be leading 2-0 in the series. You can't ask for a better start than that if you're St. Clair.
As we can see over your final kill. Ooh, Sauce.
Yeah, good trades there. I mean, it really worked out there in a 2-on-1, right? Because as soon as one of them goes down, as long as they're playing off of each other, they should be able to theoretically trade it out in really good positioning. So regardless, 2-0 advantage. Michigan State now in a position where they're forced to reverse sweep. And we know how difficult it is to reverse sweep.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. Especially now that it's on Tuscan, it's 10
Well,
times harder.
The thing is, okay, yes, it's on Tuscan, but it's control. Something that both teams haven't played yet in a competitive set besides maybe scrims. So we'll see how it goes. Regardless, I'm looking to really start to get an idea of kind of how these teams are in the control. Because honestly, we haven't seen it at all yet, right? And I can't really give a good idea of what we're going to see as of yet. Because I've never even casted over competitive control in Vanguard yet. It's literally hasn't been played competitively until this week. So it's going to be my first time casting control here in Vanguard. Your first time casting Vanguard as a whole.
Yeah.
And we're going to get this one started. So a lot of new things to look at hopping into this control game about to get underway here against MSU, but they have to find it regardless. I mean, if they don't find this control win, they will be falling 3-0 to the Saints, and the Saints will advance to a 3-2 record in the CCL. So MSU, you've shown some nice highlights, you've shown some nice plays here and there. Put it all together into this control game and try to take a map here and maybe turn the series down to 2-1.
When I said that, so it's Tuscan, right? Right now, so far, like our Saints, they have always been kind of used to Tuscan. So that's where I'm worried for MSC right now. And I hope they win. I hope we see a great match. We'll
yeah,
see,
the Saints definitely just look comfortable on Tuscan, which is kind of what you're getting at here. I think they've looked good in the search and destroy. They've looked good at the hard point and everything in that regard. Sorry, what was that though? Yeah, so here we go. It is now going to be... Yeah, it's like the new raid, essentially. That's what Danners is saying from the back end. I was talking about that in the pregame show. Not in the pregame, behind the scenes. But yeah, it's like we saw raid last year in Cold War so much come through. And the hard points, search and destroys, and controls. Tuscan, the same thing. You can see it in every single game mode. It is in the map pool for every mode. So a lot of Tuscan is what I'm expecting here this season.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Since they are most comfortable with it, they've obviously chosen the map. They're like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do, and here's how we're gonna do it. And they always come up with something and do their best, and 9 out of 10 times they win it.
Yeah, one thing I am really interested to see here actually going into the season as well is, are we going to see new maps get added in to the map pools throughout the season? We saw it in Cold War, and we sometimes see it in Call of Duties, sometimes don't. For example, Cold War, they didn't have Raid right off the beginning, I don't think. They didn't have Express right off the beginning. They didn't have Standoff right away. We didn't really play those until the end of the first season and towards the beginning of the second season, right? So, I mean, there's a lot to look at here. There's a lot to dissect going into this Vanguard season still. We're still very early on, only in week 3. But regardless, we should be a few minutes away from starting this next game here. We are going to be in the lobby, everyone joining up and getting it started. But Tonka, you have any predictions for the control? We haven't really seen it as of yet. It's the first team to score 3 points. So
based off our data from the last 2 matches, what Saints has been doing is just learning how their opponents play and just counter it. Just flip a switch on.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a little bit harder in control, though, because you don't have as much time to really kind of get a feeler for how your opponents are playing, right? Like, you drop the first round on the attack, okay, you figure out how they're playing on the attack. Next thing you know, you drop the next round on the defense, okay, you figure out how they're playing on the defense. But now you're already down 2-0, and it's first to 3, which puts you in a really sticky situation. So it's they don't have a lot of time to learn how their opponents are playing, so that's something I'm really looking the Saints to kind of, have ready going into this one. They got to know how to, their opponents already play. They got to know how to play control on Tuscan. It came through on Tuscan for a reason. So we'll see what happens. Control going to be getting underway here in just a minute or so.
Oh, yeah. But you know how our viewers right now, you know how they can get this nice merch.
Oh yeah, they can definitely get some nice merch here. That's all going to be at acquire.ca/Saints, but you guys can actually get some for free
That's what I
here
was
this
getting
time. This is
at.
what we're getting at the Twitch giveaway. Going to bring this one up. The winner will be drawn February 28th. You guys can use 3,000 of your channel points down below to redeem one entry into the giveaway. So watching the stream, chatting, will gather you channel points, and then you can spend those on the entries to join the giveaway. Winner will be drawn February 28th. Once again, it is going to be a merch care package. So make sure you guys enter for that. It is going to be a nice value there.
Yeah, you can get like you're allowed one entry per stream.
Yeah, which is very big.
It's 3,000 channel points, so you can just rack them up for a stream.
Hey, I mean,
and do it.
If you watch one stream, you'll probably make a couple thousand channel points. So just watch a stream, sit down, enjoy, get those 3,000 channel points, spend them on the one entry, and it works out. You can get an entry almost every day here. We're live every single night on the Saints Gaming channel lately, so it is something to definitely keep in mind and definitely something to look at if you guys are interested in getting any of the St. Clair Saints merchandise. Regardless, hopping into the next game, it is going to be Control. The first time we're seeing it in Vanguard and on Tuscan. Gorilla will start us off nicely.
Oh yeah, Gorilla's been hot the whole day today. He's just been getting kills. He's just been playing with his team. Great. I'm sure they have great comms with him right now.
Yeah, Gorilla is definitely someone who's been outstanding here today, and that's Brandon finding a few as well. I'm happy to see Brandon in this one here now as well, because Brandon, he slowed it down a little bit in the search and destroy. He had a little bit of a tougher time there, but now that we're back in respawns, this is Brandon's playground. Now that he dies, he doesn't, just fall off right away. He actually can just come back to life and go run back in. So this is where Brandon really does excel, and we're seeing it come through here right now as he does find another couple kills. That's Priestley at 4-1, Brandon at 4-0. The other players from Saints playing very well. It's 27-17 lives already. St. Clair's already captured A, and they're about to get a tick on B. You can see the control experience coming through from St. Clair here right now. They are dominating. Like, this is, St. Clair is playing control perfectly. You can tell they have put some practice in.
Oh yeah, it's just all you see is just green and then blue, and it's just like.
Yeah, it's looking all good for the Saints. The green is all on the left side of the kill feed, so it's going to be Brandon, still 6-0, hasn't even died yet in this one, as St. Clair is already almost done capturing B. They're just lighting this one out, securing this B point, still not slowing it down at all. Sinjet will finally come through and find Brandon his first death, but the hold is so good from St. Clair. They've already gotten 2 ticks. They've already led the lives by so much. It's 23-7 lives-wise, and St. Clair is just running it up here right now, making this one look so dominant for them.
Yeah, they're not even worried. They're just walking, shooting.
Yeah, that's the thing here right now. St. Clair, they got the 8 point nice and early, and once they did, they realized the live advantage they have, and you can almost just play it like a TDM at this point if you're St. Clair, right? You have to find, 5 kills in the next minute and a half here on these players. It's not going to be too difficult of a task. You can definitely play it like it's a little bit more deathmatchy here now in this one. So, no respawns allowed now. It's going to be Mikey, Sinjet, and Cardiac, the last 3 lives they have, trying to make something work here, but, I mean, regardless, St. Clair has pretty much secured the deal here on this one.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I'm looking for next round. Let's see, I want to see what MSU does to counter this.
Yeah, I mean, Sinjet last alive, he finds the first, but then everybody is going to be here and hunting for him. Sauce actually accidentally going to team kill his teammate there. Sinjet just waiting here, trying to find a knife play. He's going to flip it back around, but Sauce will jump through and find it. St. Clair going to find the first of their 3, and that is going to be a good start here for them, and honestly, looking very dominant.
Oh, yeah, no, I completely agree. This is the final kill, and then he just had a feel of where he was.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're in like a 1v17 here if you are from the side of Michigan State. So now they will be on the attack. So St. Clair on the defending side for a change. Now, this could change things, how it does get played out. Obviously, St. Clair not going to be able to play as aggressive as they were on their attacking side. But if you look at the side of Michigan State, just look at the stat line. I mean, it's just not looking too hot for them here right now. St. Clair is just making Tuscan respawns look so good. Priestley will start us off.
Yeah, we can see that Ace is on A side alongside Cardiac. Cardiac goes down to Priestley. Priestley gets 2 kills. Braden gets traded out.
I'm not sure if I'm too much of a fan of this A control point here on Tuscan. Like, it looks very hard to contest. Like, we saw St. Clair, they capped the A control point, like, almost instantly with no problems. And MSU came through here, got 2 ticks before St. Clair could almost even get some shots off onto their players. So, I mean, this A point is definitely looking like it could be causing some problems going on later into the season. But as of right now, St. Clair not going to allow the full attack capture to come through. Now, you do see MSU trying to translate their resources over to the B side.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like, worst case scenario, what SEC can do right now is just play for lives.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah, it's very, very even lives-wise, but with only a minute on the clock, I mean, MSU has already gotten a lot of progression. They've looking like they are going to capture the A point. Actually, never mind, Ace will get shot off of it. So Ace is not able to capture that point. Gorilla is going to be looking to spot Sinja out here over towards the B side. Sinja does know where Gorilla is. Mikey's spotted as well, so they do get a nice few plays. Priestley's stuck in a little bit of a situation, but he's actually going to sneak his way out of it, and he's going to find himself running into Ace. Ace will be there to clean out Priestley, but Brandon here as well to cause some havoc.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very difficult to hold. Like, A site, I don't know, it's weird.
Very open, yeah. It's very, very open, very, very hard to come through and attack, or sorry, to defend, but looking very good to attack. And now it's all to the B site. The B site, one of those ones that's a little bit harder to deal with here now, as we do see Priestley find another one on a Cardiac. That's going to be Priestley looking for a third, but not going to be able to find Ace there. And honestly, St. Clair, they have a little bit of a live advantage here right now, and regardless, I think they're probably going to try to play off that.
Oh, I thought he was going to get 2 kills over there, but no, he didn't get any.
That's Mikey and Sinjet each finding a few there, and that's actually now going to allow 3 players from Michigan State to hop on the B point. That's 2 ticks has been made. St. Clair is going to have to run in here to contest. Brandon has been spotted through the window. He runs in. He does find the first. The clear is there. All left onto one more player, and the cleanup is there. That's 4 down for the Saints and a perfect retake.
Oh, that was so close. I was like, no way. They're going to win it. Let's go. But no.
Yeah, that's going to be St. Clair shutting it down. They do still have a 5 live advantage as well. So honestly, at this point in time, if you're St. Clair, you're not too worried about the time. You're not too worried about the lives. You're more or less just worried about this last tick. So St. Clair is going to be forced to play really close to this B site, knowing that all it takes is, a couple seconds with Michigan State on the hill for them to close it out. So St. Clair's got to lock things down as best as they can. Sauce going to run through. Ace going to be there to shut him down. And honestly, this is looking a little bit better here now for the side of MSU as they get 3 down. It's all up onto Priestley here. Now Priestley trying to stop whatever he can, but this is going to be the B point fully swarmed on. Priestley has to jump in, but no, MSU getting it too fast there as St. Clair will fall. MSU finding the offensive round as well, and honestly, I don't like control at all. Like, this is not set up nicely. I can definitely see why it was delayed being put into the competitive set. Those control points were very easy to capture for both sides. Like, St. Clair had a very easy time capturing those points. MSU had a very easy time capturing those points, and I think that it's just the format isn't really fully developed as of yet, but we'll see what changes. St. Clair going to be on the attack here once again, so we should see them quick onto the A site, and that's exactly what we are seeing here this time around.
Yeah, they're just going to hold it. They know that as soon as they get a tick, it's move on to the next tick. No matter what, the tick cannot go down.
Yeah, it's a double kill for Sauce on the grenade. A nice little one there. Okay, LeBron James, and that's going to be Sinjet finally trading back for 2 there, taking down Brandon and Priestley, but Sauce is here ready to take out Ace and will take down Sinjet. A good start, and almost 2 ticks onto the A point, not able to get the full deal, but Priestley here try to contest. He will send some util and will send some flashes in and trying to do whatever he can. It is going to be a tie on the lives, so St. Clair trying to turn things around. Mikey going to be up there capturing that A point, and it's back down to 1 tick, so St. Clair not able to get the A point as easily as they were able to last time around, as we do have Sinjet and Mikey here just holding things down.
Braden is just waiting for them to spawn or something like that, and then he's just waiting for them just so that he kills them. As we can see the bottom right.
It's going to be a lot of trades here now coming through from either side, as still 2 points hard to be captured here from St. Clair. I mean, the lives fairly tied up as of right now, but Michigan State has been holding this A side very, very well. I think St. Clair might try to change things over to the B side here shortly, as Brandon does actually hop on to A here now. He does have some reinforcements with him, as Brandon and Priestley both find some frags. Now that is going to be 3 players on A. This should be a cleanup over towards the A site for St. Clair, as they do capture the remaining time here on this one. Sinjek going to go down, and now it's going to be all the focus over towards B. St. Clair with a 2 live advantage and a minute and a half to work with. This round is going to be close, but it's looking good for St. Clair to start us off.
Oh, yeah, no, I completely agree. But I mean, MSU is also holding near the site, so they're just holding entry points. They're just waiting for SEC to push, and they're hoping to just kill them.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. SEC will be making their push here right now, but Gorilla will find our opening frag and start things off nicely. Mikey and Brandon into a little bit of engagement on the backline. It is going to result in Brandon getting stunned down. He could find Mikey here. Gorilla will be able to find the cleanup for that one, though, as it is now a 19-14 live advantage. St. Clair going to get a little bit of time on B, but not a whole lot. Brandon is actually cutting off rotations nicely. He has the whole idea here on what needs done. That is going to look very, very good. Sauce going to take down Ace, and that is now going to be Cardiac trying to come in here and contest. Gorilla is stunned off on the site. It is going to be contested. Priestley is here, though, for the reinforcements. Now it is going to be a lot of pressure onto Brandon on the backline if he can find it, but no, Mikey going to shut him down. Priestley looking for Sinjet. Sinjet going to be there, but not enough ammo for Priestley. This is going to be getting turned around from MSU. 45 seconds on the clock. 1 tick has been made for St. Clair and a 4 live advantage.
Oh, this game has been crazy. It has been crazy close. As we can see over here,
That's going to be 2 kills going in favor of St. Clair, though. This should open up the B site to their liking. Mikey, that's a big one for Sauce to win. It's now going to force MSU back to their spawn. St. Clair should be able to get at least a second tick here if they can, but Cardiac is going to come in, and he's going to cause problems before Gorilla does turn things around with a frag of his own. Only 25 seconds on the clock left. This time is going to become a problem here now. St. Clair has to rush onto this B point and has to hop it soon, or else MSU will find the first defensive round win.
I don't think they realized that. Oh, Brandon just gets on it at the... Oh.
Not a lot of time, though. St. Clair's still got to rush in, and that's the thing. There's not a lot of players close. We do have Sauce here trying to make this last-ditch effort here, trying to make it all work out, but it's not going nicely here for them. They had to have to hop these points a little bit more. Time is really a big problem as Cardiac and Sinja each find ones. Priestley has to come help out this player on the site, as it is going to be Ace shot down, though. A couple kills going in their favor, but now the time is ticking, and no one's near the B point, and that's going to be it for the side of MSU. Gorilla actually down on point 2, not able to do it. MSU will clean it up, and not enough time on the clock here. Man, the control game is so interesting here on Vanguard so far. I haven't really seen St. Clair lose a control round before due to time.
I agree. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be like such a thing, but they like didn't even go on site for like such a long time. Like, they wasted a whole minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah,
or so.
the first when the initial time was added here for St. Clair, it was about 1:32 seconds is what they had, and they didn't really have a whole lot of progress on the point until, like, that less than a minute mark. So a lot of time was burned off the clock where St. Clair wasn't able to get a hold. It's going to be Priestley finding the first one there, but this A pressure is so strong. It's just trying to get contested by Brandon. He will find one, but he has to have Priestley find one as well, and the cleanup is there from Gorilla. It's Cardiac last alive to try to contest. 2 ticks have been made, though, and another kill coming through. Cardiac going to do some work, but Priestley able to get the trade. Oh, Brandon going to line him up and shut him down as well over towards the B side. Priestley locking down the A side. St. Clair off to a good start here, but Michigan State still very well could turn things around.
There's a minute on the clock left, and as soon as they are on the zone, the time does not go down. And if they finish the A site, they get 1 minute added.
Yep, that is exactly how control works. That's how it's been for a while here now, since Call of Duty has actually introduced control rather than domination. I believe the last Call of Duty with domination was actually Modern Warfare as the map number 3 before we did switch over to control in Cold War. So it is nice to have the control in here, as it does work out a little better than domination. Domination was not liked by any means necessary by the community, so it is nice to see things get changed around here. But the control looking fairly good, as Priestley will knock down 2 Gorilla, following it up with one of his own. Can Gorilla find the last? No, he cannot. He will get shot down, but St. Clair does have a 8 live advantage.
Yeah, and also there's 1:24 on the clock and no ticks on B. So I'm looking for a close game right now.
Yeah, it's going to be Priestley finding 1. He does realize it. That's a perfect trigger discipline there from Priestley to allow him to find 2 there. Finding Mikey, finding a Sinjet. Last alive will get shot down from Sauce. That's 4 down for the Saints. Once again, Sauce going to go for more. He's pushing them into their spawn as Sauce will fall off now. And that's going to cause a lot of havoc and slow down the Michigan State roster.
Oh, yeah. It's like it's already been difficult enough. There's only 9 lives for MSU and there's 21 lives for SEC. So they can just play for kills.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, MSU's almost forced to go and rush this point and try to get a capture win here now, because if they don't, it's going to be, 2-2, and St. Clair will have the upper hand. But regardless, that is going to be 4 down here. Once again, no respawns are left for MSU. So if you die here now from the side of MSU, you will not be respawning in this game. They are trying to make some sort of a push work out here. They are all pushing onto Gorilla here. Let's see how this one goes. Gorilla will get shot down, but he gets a lot of intel here now, as it is going to be Brandon finding one, Priestley finding one. Only 2 players left here, Cardiac and Ace. Ace gonna find that one there, and I mean, honestly, it's doable, but it's not gonna really be too easy by any means. All left on to Cardiac here. This one is gonna be Priestley getting shot down. He is on the point, so the time has been stopped, but he is gonna get forced out, and that is St. Clair tying this one up 2-2. Winner of this next round will win the map.
And it can be a 3-0 or a 3 or 2-1. And we can move on to the 4th map. So
yeah, I mean, it literally decides your series here at this point. Michigan State, if you do not win this round, you will be packing the bags and heading to bed for the evening or whatever it may be, but we'll see. I mean, overall, though, St. Clair, yeah, it's a big round, right? St. Clair is on map point and series point here right now, so they could just close things out if they do win one round, where Michigan State, on the other hand, if they win one round, they're going to be forcing that map 4 and completely changing the game. But it is actually going to be Michigan State on the offense once again, so I think the defense side is preferred here as per usual. And then so St. Clair did actually get more ticks and more frags total than the side of Michigan State, so it does allow St. Clair to get the last side defense. It's really hard to explain if you're new to Call of Duty, but that's how it does work out. That's 6 down. Oh my god, St. Clair has been frying early on. That's going to be another one. Sauce, the aggression from St. Clair, not allowing Michigan State to get any kind of control points early on.
Yeah, as we can see over here, Priestley is going 30 and 21, and Sauce is going 32 and 17.
Yeah, Sauce did get some intel. The player actually did cross from him, but overall, the kill lead looking good. But is getting turned around for Michigan State as they do find a few. Priestley going to come through with some score streaks. He will find Cardiac there over towards the A-bomb site, and Brandon will clean up Mikey as well. And honestly, not a lot of pressure has been made from Michigan State so far. This is their first pressure getting put onto A here right now, as it is going to be St. Clair looking to hop in here and contest. Ace will get shot down. No tick has been made, so honestly, St. Clair is not allowing any sort of progression on the control points to come through from Michigan State, which is very, very good compared to, the A site being captured in the first 30 seconds these past few rounds.
And there's also a 7 kill differential, or 7 lives differential.
Yeah, that's definitely big here as well. Now being extended to even further is going to be Sinjet evening things up against Sauce, and it's Priestley just locking down this side here right now. Mikey, if he does come through with a peek, it is going to be Priestley here and waiting for it. Mikey going to get a repeat though. That's the ego chow from Mikey coming through for sure. And now Brandon able to get a trade out at least, but some progress has been made for MSU on A point finally after, the first minute and 10 seconds has been played.
It's going to be a very close thing. MSU, all they need to do is just sit on A or B and just wait.
St. Clair just has to gain their live advantage during this time. St. Clair has to just gain that live advantage as much as they can while Michigan State does finalize that A capture. Now Michigan State going to have a lot more time on the clock to work with, right? I mean, it's only the B site they need left to capture, but the much harder site is the B one. So we'll see what happens. Regardless, St. Clair will have a 6 live advantage, which could benefit them greatly.
Would you say that would it be easier to capture B first than
No, there's
A?
a reason why they're all going to A first rather than B. B is not the easiest site to capture. Typically, you go for that one to, the easier one first, just to get that extra time on the clock for yourself and to kind of try to find some sort of a live advantage for yourself. So regardless, it does work out that, we do see Michigan State go for A and clean that one up first. But yeah, the B site definitely looking a little bit more difficult for each team to deal with. Oh no, what's wrong with Gorilla? What's wrong with the Gorilla? Why are you not moving? Or maybe he's just holding a point. Okay, I thought he was like AFK. I thought his controller was off or something like that. No, he's just holding a point.
Yeah, we have lag a lot, but it got us scared over here with the cast.
Yeah, so here we are, 14 lives to 6, and time is becoming of the essence. Honestly, St. Clair has all the cards in their favor. They have everything lined up how they want. If they can just close this one out and call it a day, that'll be exactly what they're looking to do. Brandon will get stunned out, but in a great position. Priestley here as well to shut things down. Brandon and Priestley are just not even allowing anything to come through from Michigan State. Now only 3 lives, no respawns allowed. This is now a 13v2 essentially. Sinjet and Cardiac trying to do what they can, but that will wrap us up. Cardiac gonna go down. St. Clair Saints will find the control win 3-2 over MSU and will clean up the series in 3-0 fashion.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely a close game, as we've seen with the other two maps, and we can see over here Gorilla, he just kills Sinjet. He's just holding that angle, just waiting for him to get out of
Yeah,
the
let's look at the
house.
scoreboard real quick. It's going to be Sauce 36, Gorilla 32, 34, 33. Like, they're so even here spread out kill-wise as well, which is very, very good, knowing that everybody on the team can, you know, pull their weight and do their own thing, right? So very good to see. St. Clair going to advance now to a 3-2 record in CCL after taking down MSU. A very close one, and honestly, a 3-0 scoreline does not represent how this series has been getting played out. That was a very, very close one, especially when it came down to the control, and even the search and destroy, and even the hard point. It was definitely a closer series than what a 3-0 score represents.
I know, I completely agree with that. Like, it's always been close. Like we said, it was gonna be a good game, and we did get a good game out of it. Even though it was a 3-0, we seen them fight like on great maps, and it was just even.
Yeah, it definitely was for sure. So it's going to be good for the Saints to, you know, bounce back in the CCL at least to find that 3-0 victory and try to move up in these rankings a little bit, try to move up in those power rankings or whatever it may be. But overall, a good win, and everybody played well. Obviously, a couple more kinks to work over still, but I think that shouldn't really be too major of a problem. I think the biggest thing for me after watching these games is the rotations on hardpoint. Rotations on hardpoint is my biggest thing that I've noticed here from just a viewer standpoint.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Like, all they need to do is just perfect it just a little bit more. Like, for like, the rotations were decent, but they can be great.
Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, GG's all around. Michigan State playing very, very well. Definitely showing some of their capabilities as well. Just a few things to work on for them, and they should be definitely competing with some of the top teams here in the CCL. A lot of competition in the CCL has been getting a very much so stronger as of lately as well. So it's going to be great to see. But with that being said, we are going to slowly wrap things up here for this evening. No other broadcast as of tonight, but tomorrow we will be back on stream, I believe. I don't know what exactly is going to be on stream tomorrow as of right now.
Rainbow Six.
It is going to be Rainbow Six. Yes,
Yeah.
Rainbow Six. So you got to see some more of that action there coming off of their playoff series from just a bit ago. Now going to be going into regular season games, I do believe. So we'll see what happens. But with that being said, let's give a quick little shout out to our sponsors here. Starting us off with Crunchyroll. They joined us here last semester, and it has been amazing since. Crunchyroll is essentially the Netflix of anime. They have any anime show you could imagine you want to watch. It is all going to be on Crunchyroll. They have been absolutely amazing. And you guys can get a 14-day premium trial for free at crunchyroll.com/Saints. You guys don't want to miss it. Free stuff is amazing. Get your 14-day premium trial for free. And thank you to our other sponsors as well, to Tim Hortons, the Subway, the St. Clair SRC, St. Clair College Alumni Association, and the St. Clair College Zekelman School of Business. We would not be able to do it without you guys, as well as you viewers back at home. So thank you guys all for tuning in. And if you guys are interested in our merch, there's a couple things I want to talk about with our merch, right? You guys, first off, if you want to buy our merch, you guys can go to acquire.ca/Saints. But if you guys want to enter our giveaway, we have one of those as well. You can see our Saints merch store ad there. You can see a few pieces of our apparel. That's all going to be at acquire.ca/Saints. If you can't, just wait for the giveaway. If you can't wait, if you got to get your merch right here, right now, then head over to acquire.ca/Saints. But we are going to actually take a look at our giveaway, though, here now. The winner will be drawn on February 28th. You guys can all enter right now on the stream. Literally right now, if you guys want to enter. It is going to be 3,000 points down there, and it is this whole package here of merch. So you get entered in that one if you would like to, and that's going to be twitch.tv Saints Gaming CA, going to be spending your channel points. You guys can enter once per broadcast, so make sure you do that while you can. About 3,000 points per entry. It's going to be definitely worth it there. Get your Saints merch while you can. And the Twitch giveaway, winners on February 28th. And with that being said, I think that will wrap us up here for the evening here, Donka. Any final words?
Thank you for having me on stream. Thank you, Dan, for observing and directing. It's like I've done it once, and it was with Overwatch, and it was hectic. So I can just only imagine what you're going through right now.
So here we are. That will wrap us up for the evening. Yes, thank you to our production crew on the back end being Danners. Really do appreciate that as well. So that being said, my name is Jackson Bride Brown, joined alongside Donka J. Donka. Thank you guys so much for having us on the mic here tonight. We are from St. Clair Saints Call of Duty. We'll come back with you guys in the next one coming up tomorrow on Saints Gaming CA. Catch you guys all on the next one.
Has this ever happened to you? You tune in to watch Saints Gaming compete at your favorite title, but you end up missing it. Scrolling through Twitter to find results is just such a chore, and it looks like there's no easy way to find out everything you've missed. Luckily, there's a solution. Hi, Millie Bays here, and I'd like to introduce you to St. Clair's Bird's Eye View, the #1 show to keep up with everything about Saints Gaming. Get weekly recaps, see great highlights, hear exclusive interviews with players and staff, and so much more. That's Bird's Eye View, available in podcast or video form at a website near you.